You're right. So, did streams. Stream tonight for the quiz. I think there'll be one more part of the Torah quiz next week. That's the plan anyway. God. Well, you say. Anyway, you'll scare the newbie. Oh, hey, Nathan. It's been a while since you popped up on the stream. Alright. It's stable at the moment. The internet, we'll have to hope that it rides out. The weather. Nate. Hang on. It's a bit right. I have to start it again. Not too tonight. Went and got my tablets earlier. Been pretty wet and windy here. Oh, hey, Caroline. For my epilepsy, Camilla. So do you two want to play? The stream's pretty rough. I might have to restart it again if it doesn't get better. Actually, so Naylor's playing, I think. Okay, Caroline's playing. So I'll put 2 more names down. Well, we can give it another minute. Otherwise, I'll restart the stream. I know. Always play. I've already put you. Oh, hey, King Needgore. You've arrived at the right time. So I can put your name down as well. Very nice name. Is the stream better now, or is it still buffing? Is that better? Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, the internet was quite bad a minute or two ago, but I don't know. Hopefully she'll be here. Okay. Yeah, we'll wait a couple more minutes, see if more people show up. If not, they can always jump in. Well, I don't know. I don't know what you mean. What about him? He doesn't normally show up for streams. He's only really shown up for two. So he's not someone I expect to show up. Not too much neither. I had to get my tablets before. Been watching the Olympics and just bits and pieces with mum, really. Yeah, we're still friends, but yeah. They're for my epilepsy, Amphenin. Very rarely Camilla. And they're not really bad ones when I do. Oh, okay. Well, I hope she's on holiday in a safe place. So for those of you who haven't played before, you've probably seen the streams. Multiple choice. In this week's case, there'll be 3 categories. And so you've got a chance, Mark. These questions really aren't too bad. I think if you know anything about horror, slashers and stuff, I think you'll probably get a good amount of these. But you've obviously got a chance with multiple choice. And I'll score each round and then probably do a combined score at the end. And I'm also thinking of doing a leaderboard for the season. So an overall winner. So I'll have to go back and add those up at a later date. I think next week will be the last week of the season. Okay. So can always cross out those names. I'm not really sure, Anthony. It's sort of random. Sometimes random things can set it off, even if I haven't had a tablet or I have had a tablet. But generally, it's in control, and I mean, even if I went a few days without a tablet, I'm normally fine. So it's just one of those weird things where it's sort of random. No, I was just going to cross out the names who haven't shown up just out of so that it doesn't confuse me. But I'll probably cross Mahensa out because it doesn't sound like she'll be here. I'll leave the others on just in case they show up later because they can always jump in. Right, so I'll make a start then, and I'll give you, I guess, roughly 30 seconds to respond. You can have a bit longer, but so obviously A, B, C, or D. So the first round is early slashers, so 60s, 70s, some of the early slashers. So, okay, so question 1. Okay. At what point, as in what minute/seconds, does the famous shower scene take place in the original Psycho? Is it A, 47 minutes 52 seconds, B, 48:02, C, 48:57, or D, 49 minutes? Gotta say, I'm kind of proud of that first question. Anyone else want to jump in before I cut you off? Okay. Right, time's up. A point to Caroline. She's the only one who got it. It was 48 minutes, 2 seconds. That famous shower scene. So well done, Caroline. Okay, next question. Which actor was almost cast as Loomis in the original Halloween movie? I just went to that scene, Camilla, and looked at the time. Okay, who was almost cast originally as Loomis in the first Halloween movie? Was it A, Malcolm McDowell, B, Christopher Lee, C, Christopher Plummer, or D, David Hemmings? Mm. Okay, that'll be the cut-off point. It was Christopher Lee. So Cindy, Anthony, and Camilla all get a point. Well done. Um, Cindy, I don't know, you might have heard Pete mention that when they reviewed it, but that's kind of where I heard it. But yeah, Malcolm McDowell, of course, played Loomis in the remake Halloween, the dreaded remake. And Christopher Plummer, David Hemmings just seem people you could imagine, you know, potentially up for that sort of role. But yeah, Christopher Lee was the right answer. Okay. And he apparently said it's his biggest regret ever not taking the role, that being Lee. Okay. Next question. In Peeping Tom, what device does the killer use to stab his victims? Is it A, a drill, B, a screwdriver, C, the spike on the end of his camera, or D, a tripod? Peeping Tom. Okay. Okay, I think that's probably everyone because the rest seem to have dropped out for now. It was the spike on the end of his camera. So Anthony, Cindy, Camille all get a point. Two for Cindy. Yeah. Okay. Next question. In the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, how many characters get killed by a chainsaw? Is it A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, 4? Okay. I think we're waiting on Anthony now. Okay. Now, this one is sort of open for debate because there are definitely chainsaws involved in like other kills. But in one case, the person's already dead, and then the chainsaw is used on him. And then I know, like, at the end of the film, the truck driver, like, is badly, hurt, injured with a chainsaw, although it's unclear whether he actually dies from it. So, no, technically, as far as I know, there's only one kill with a chainsaw, which is the awful Franklin. So Cindy gets a point. Well done, Cindy. Okay. What's the name Yeah. What's the name of the main character in Abel Ferrara's early video nasty Drill Killer? Is it A, Doc? Is it B, Sid? Is it C, Jake? Or is it D, Reno? Or Reno, however you pronounce it. Reno, I think. No, none of you got it. It was D, Reno or Reno. Reno, I guess. Yeah. And I do have a fun fact about the film, which I learnt yesterday, and that is some of Ferrara's paintings appear in the film because the lead character is a painter. I've never seen Drill Kill actually. I hear good things. I've seen bits of it perhaps. Okay. So that's the end of the first round. And Cindy wins the first round. 3 points to Cindy. Anthony and Camilla, you both got 2. And Caroline, you got 1. So yeah, pretty close round. Naylor, obviously, hope you do better in the next round. Yet to get off the mark. So round 2. And we move on to the 1980s now. So this is the longest round because obviously it's such a big decade for slashers. Well, I'm glad I could test you a little bit because some of these other ones will be easy. Okay, first question. Who directed 1981's Halloween 2? Was it A, Rick Roosevelt or Rosenthal? Was it B, Tommy Lee Wallace? Was it C, Dwight H. Little? Or was it D, Steve Miner? Oh, has it gone up to that? That's cool. Yeah, these quiz streams normally do well for new subs. Do you want to give your answer, Camilla, before we move on? Oh, yeah, because it was on the same line, so I assumed you meant to say and put A. Okay. All right. So Cindy, Anthony, and Camilla all get a point. Yeah. The other directors all directed like a Halloween sequel. So Miner did H2O, for example. I think, yeah, Tommy Lee Wallace did 3 Season of the Witch. Dwight H. Little did 4. So they all directed Halloween movies. And just a fun little fact for you. Rick Roosevelt directed 2 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, including Normal again from season 6. So there you have it. Okay. Next question. What does the final girl do in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2? As in, what is her job? Is it A, a librarian? Is it B, a teacher? Was she C, a DJ? Or was it D, a lifeguard? I'll see what's happening here. And well done to Naylor, because she gets her first point. Or he, I'm not sure which you are, but yeah, well done. You're off the mark. It was C. She was a DJ. A night DJ, quite famously. Yeah. Yeah, if you've seen the film, it's quite memorable. Yeah, I think this happens a lot actually. If you get a run of the same answers, then you've got a pretty good odds then that's the right answer. But fair play. Okay, who plays Andy's mother in the first Child's Play film? Is it A, Piper Laurie, B, Dee Wallace, C, Catherine Hicks, or D, Diane Franklin? Okay. Wow. Turn up for the books. Well done, Naylor. Naylor's the only one to get it. Catherine Hicks, who's also famous for Star Trek 4 The Voyage Home, amongst other things. No, well, no, clearly not. Clearly not, Camilla. No, because Piper Laurie's out of Carrie. She's the mother in Carrie, so you might be thinking of that, which is why I chose that answer, that option. Dee Wallace was in The Howling, played the mother. And Diane Franklin, I can't remember who that is, to be honest, but she's in like another horror movie from the 80s, so I used her name. No, they don't really look alike. Piper Laurie, she's been in a bunch of things. I mean, she played the mother in Carrie. That might be her best known role. She was also in Twin Peaks, the original series. She was in Children of a Lesser God, which was like Oscar nominated in the 80s. So a bunch of things. Retired now because she's sort of getting on a bit, but yeah, really good actress. Okay. Which of these actors didn't appear in a Friday the 13th film? A. Kevin Bacon. B. Crispin Glover. C. Jensen Duggett. Or D. Scott Foley. Okay. Point to Anthony and point to Cindy. It was I randomly plucked him out of the air. Oh, okay. I forgot he was in that, to be honest, Cindy. So that works. He was in a horror film, horror sequel. So yeah, Jensen Daggett was in part 8 of Friday the 13th. Jason Takes Manhattan. Obviously, Kevin Bacon was in the first one. Christian Glover, it was either the third or fourth one. I think he was in one of the sequels, anyway. Okay, next question. Which Back to the Future actor appears in April Fool's Day? Is it A. Michael J. Fox, B. Thomas F. Wilson, C. Lee Thompson, or D. Elizabeth Shue? Maybe Camilla. I'll think. That's a fun idea, though. We could definitely do that. Too much useless knowledge, yeah. Yeah, I thought Cindy would know that because she's seen that film. Yeah, Thomas F. Wilson, who of course played Biff in the Back to the Future movies. So Cindy and Anthony get a point. Okay, next question. Yeah, we did. We did. With that surprise ending. In wacky low budget slasher Pieces, what does the private detective go undercover as? Is it a tennis coach? Is it B, a gym teacher? Is it C, a librarian? Or is it D, a pole dancer? Okay, I've stumped all of you. Believe it or not, it was a tennis coach. Just one of the many insane ones in that film. So, a tennis coach. Who knew? What was the tagline for the first Maniac? What was the tagline for the first Maniac Cop film? Was it A, The Thin Dead Line, B, Good Cop, Maniac Cop, C, You Have the Right to Remain Silent Forever, or D, The Sharp Blade of the Law? Just waiting on Caroline, I think. D, okay. No, I've managed to stump you all again. It was C. It was you. Oh, get out of town, Cindy. They're great. You have the right to remain silent forever, which is a great tagline. So no, it was C. I'm surprised Anthony went for A because, of course, that is the title of an episode of Angel, The Thin Deadline, Zombie Cops. So yeah, no points for anyone. Well, the other three taglines were made up. Um, yeah. See, it was annoying because the second Maniac Cop just used the same tagline. Otherwise, I was going to use like the tagline from that film as like a red herring. Okay, another Maniac Cop question, which will delight Cindy. Which soul singer appears in Maniac Cop? Is it A, Isaac Hayes, B, Richard Roundtree, C, Aretha Franklin, or D, James Brown? Okay. Caroline gets a point. Well done. It was Richard Roundtree. Okay. Going a little bit obscure with this one, but in Tatsuo, the Iron Man, what happens to the salary man when he encounters food? I've seen two of the three Maniac Cops, yeah. Is it then a body part becomes a drill? That's A. B is his head grows bigger. C, he coughs up blood. Or D, he hears metallic screeches. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me, Camille. It's just the description they gave him on on Wikipedia. Anthony gets a point. He hears metallic screeches, um, and very erotic as well, because he has sex with his girlfriend and then sees her eating a bit of food the next morning, and it comes across all erotic to him. And from that point on, anything food related, he starts hearing metallic noises. Okay, that's the end of round two. Hey, if it's wrong, blame Wikipedia. So Amphonym wins round two. Well done, Amphonym. You got 5 points. Cindy was second with 4. Camilla, okay, yeah, then Naylor and Caroline. You both got 2. Camilla got 1. So last round, which is 90s and modern slashers, so coming closer to the present day. So this should be a staple. How does the Rose McGowan character die in the first Scream? Is it A, stabbed in the ear through a toilet stall? Is it B, strangled with a telephone wire? Is it C, thrown off a roof into glass? Or is it D, hung up in a garage door? Uh, yeah, it's all of you, isn't it? Yeah, obviously, easy one to start the round. You all get a point. And what a great death it is, too. Um, so the toilet store one is actually a death in Scream 2 from the opening of Scream 2. The telephone wire is like a death in the original Halloween, probably other films as well. And I'm sure there's probably been someone thrown off a roof into glass in a horror film somewhere along the line. I'm sure I did, Anthony, but it was a long time ago I saw Scary Movie. So question 2. Another Scream-related question. Which of these bands doesn't feature on a Scream soundtrack? So any of the Scream movies. Doesn't. Well, it could be Cindy. Is it A, Foo Fighters, B, The Eels, C, The Offspring, or D, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds? Doesn't, Camilla. Caroline and Naylor both get a point. It was The Offspring. Yeah, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds is that Red Right Hand song which plays during the first Scream. And Eels have Perfect Day in Hell in Scream 2, and there's a Foo Fighters song somewhere in Scream 2. I can't remember which song now, but yeah, there's a Foo Fighters song in that. Okay, question 3. Which of these classic horror actors doesn't appear in Urban Legend? Is it A, Robert Englund, B, Christopher Lee, C, Danielle Harris, or D, Brad Dourif? Okay. Naylor, you're on a roll. Oh, hang on. Are you? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you are. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Naylor and Cindy got a point there. I went to the Christopher Lee well again. He's the odd one out. He doesn't appear. It is. It's kind of a guilty pleasure, though, Cindy, which is why I watch it. I do find it oddly watchable. It's worth it just for the Dawson's Creek gag. Christopher Lee, Camille, was not in it, so that's the answer. No, because the question's to do with Urban Legend. Which of them wasn't in Urban Legend? Okay, next question. Yeah, I've seen Urban Legend. Oh, and Seed of Chucky, yeah. Hang on, get my breath. Okay. Which Big Bang Theory actor appeared in I Know What You Did Last Summer? Was it A, Johnny Galecki, B, Jim Parsons, C, Callie Sissoko, Coco, however you say it, or D, Simon Hatterley? Okay. No, Camilla and Anthony both got the right answer. It was Johnny Galecki. He was sort of around then, popping up in a few things because he was in that film, The Opposite of Sex, as well, which is a great film. Okay, another question on that franchise. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where is the sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, set? Is it a ski resort, B, a factory, C, tropical island, or D, a murder mystery house? Yep, definitely not D, although it would be a good setting for a horror movie. Yeah, most of you got it. Cindy, Caroline, Naylor, Camilla, you all got it. It was Tropical Island, and what film it was as well. Okay. Question 6. Which actor almost took the Patrick Bateman role in American Psycho, which obviously was taken by Christian Bale in the end? So, which actor almost took the role? Was it A, Gerard Leto, B, Toby Maguire, C, Leonardo DiCaprio, D, James Van Der Beek? Yeah, this could be quite common knowledge because I certainly remember reading about the rumor at the time. Okay. Anthony and Caroline get the point. Yeah, it was Leonardo DiCaprio. And in case you don't know why he didn't take it, it was because he went off to do the film The Beach. That's why he turned it down. Funny thing is, I could imagine DiCaprio doing that sort of role now, but not so much at the time. Um, yeah, but yeah, Bale was the perfect Bateman. By the way, Jared Leto was in the film in a supporting role, so that's why I used him. And also, another fun fact before we move on is that Brad Pitt was also up for the role, and that was going to be when Cronenberg was supposed to be directing the film. So it could have ended up being a David Cronenberg film with Brad Pitt in the lead role. So there you have it. And last question of the round and of the night. Which Nightmare on Elm Street film was released in 3D? Was it A, Freddy's Dead The Final Nightmare, B, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, C, Freddy vs. Jason, or D, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2010? So the remake. Camilla and Cindy get a point there. Yeah, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. I don't think it was released in cinemas in 3D, but when it was rented on video, they sold you got a pair of 3D glasses with the video copy. Because I remember buying it or renting it, and yeah, it was rubbish. The 3D gimmick at that point was useless. There was barely any difference when I put those glasses on. So there you have it. So who did it? Cindy. Okay, so that's the end of that round, the last round. Well, just because the 3D wasn't advanced enough at the point, Camilla. It was, just a gimmick at that stage. Well, it is Cindy, but at least you can tell the difference now. For good or for bad, you can at least say it makes a difference. It is a different film with 3D. But yeah, normally a film 3D takes away from a film, not adds to it. There's some exceptions, but in general, I think that's the rule. Okay. Let's see. So, another very close game. Well, clearly an easier round because Cindy, Camilla, Naylor, and Caroline all got 4. So you're all joint top on 4. Anthony got 3, so you're only a point behind. So I'm just gonna add up the scores now, see who won overall. Okay. So pretty straightforward this week and close scoring, I think, overall. So Naylor came in last with 6 points, sorry. So thanks for playing for the first time. Camilla and Carol both got second. Sorry, both got 7 points. So you two are joint third. And there's just 1 point difference in the winners. Amphonin is second with 10 points. And Cindy gets 11. Cindy wins the game this week. Well done, Cindy. Second week in a row. So you can brag again on Pete's stream later. Okay. And next week, I've decided to round the horror up. I will do zombie. I'll do zombie movies next week to round the horror themed up. So Thanks, guys. And that'll be the end of the season. So I'll sort of tally up the overall scores. And then probably the plan is to start the new season the week after. So stay tuned. But next week will be zombies to round it up. Um, I'll let you know. I'm thinking Disney maybe, Camilla, but I'll let you know. But yeah, zombies next week. Okay, take care, guys. Look out for me and Rachel again this weekend. We will be reviewing Halloween 1, starting on that franchise. And look out for more streams in the coming days. Thanks, guys. Thanks for taking part to the new players as well. And I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.